Breaking tonight at 11, two families have been waiting to hear this news. Arrests made in connection with a case of two women who lost their lives after a night out in West Hollywood last month. Eyewitness News reporter Christiane Cordero has been following this story. She joins us live in West Hollywood with the breaking new information. Christiane.
Well, Mark, the night started right here in West Hollywood. Both of those young women were out with friends that night about a month ago, and here we are now, weeks later. Both are dead. This whole time, their families have insisted that someone else is responsible for their death, and this news is the first tangible piece suggesting that that may in fact be true. The families tonight, from Close Family, they have confirmed that arrests were made for the deaths of Christy Giles and Marcella Cabrales. Christy was a model and aspiring actress who moved from to Los Angeles from Alabama. Her lifeless body was dropped off at Southern California Hospital about a month ago, November 13th. The night before, she and Marcella were on their way to another party and ended up in an apartment near the Pico Robertson area. The last text Christy sent from her phone, as showed to us from family, was to Marcella from that apartment saying, "Let's go." With a shocked face emoji, Marcella said, "Yes, I'll call an Uber." And then she said it'll be here in 10 minutes, but they never got in that car. Well, Christy showed up dead hours later. Marcella arrived holding on to life at Kaiser West LA. She had moved to California 6 months ago and was working to become an architect. Marcella stayed on life support long enough for her family to fly in from Mexico and say their goodbyes. In a word, her dad told me he felt devastated. Marcella was taken off of life support November 28th. One day before her 27th birthday, her family donated her organs. Officials have not clarified exactly who was arrested or under what cause, but this is one step that the family has really been waiting for. The LAPD is leading the investigation.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great.
It's just really sad how this turned out. I mean, and the thing is, like, Christy Giles has a husband. So why couldn't your husband be at the party? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a lot of ish like this, man. It's just a lot of weird marriage arrangements. That's how I see it. A lot of weird marriage arrangements. You know? So, let's get to the bottom of this. 3 men have been arrested over the deaths of a model and a designer in Los Angeles. The Daily Mail has revealed David Pierce, 37, Brent Osborne, 42, and Mike Ashbash, 47, were booked on suspicion of felony offenses in connection with the shocking deaths last month of model Christy Giles, 24, and interior designer Hilda Marcella Cabrales, 26. A cloud of suspicion has hung for weeks over the 3 men who are allegedly the last to see the women alive. Phone location data showed Giles and Alzola went back to Pierce's apartment near Beverly Hills with the 3 men in the early hours of November 13th after an East LA warehouse party. About 12 hours later, the women's cold bodies were dumped at 2 hospitals by men in Balcavalles driving a black Toyota Prius with no plates, caught on CCTV, according to Giles' husband, Jan Sellers. Why weren't you there at the party? I don't get that. Why weren't you there at the party? A car matching the Prius was photographed parked in Pierce's driveway after the incident. Giles was pronounced dead shortly after she was found, and Arzola passed away on November 28th after lying in a coma for 2 weeks. Pierce has been charged with manslaughter. He was arrested at 11 a.m. on Wednesday by LAPD's West Bureau and is being held in a department jail. LA Sheriff's Department booking records obtained by the DailyMail.com show he is being held on $1 million bail. Pierce's roommate, Osborne, 42, was arrested shortly after at 12:30 p.m. the same day and assigned a $100,000 bail. Ashbash was arrested at 11:10 a.m. on Wednesday and was held on a $100,000 bail. The 2 men are charged with accessory to manslaughter. Police say they believe both women were given drugs at Pierce's apartment. It is believed that both women were given drugs and overdosed at a residence in the 8600 block of Olympic Boulevard in the city of Los Angeles. An PD statement said. West Bureau homicide detectives responded and continue to investigate this case. The police added that they had brought in the FBI to help investigate. It's insane, man. It's insane. 3 suspects were identified and arrested with the assistance of the LAPD, FBI, Fugitive Task Force, and Metropolitan Division. Based on the investigation, the LAPD is concerned that there could be other victims in our community who could have been drugged by one or more of these men, the department said. This is an active and ongoing investigation. With the case against these 3 men will be presented to the Los Angeles District Attorney for filing consideration on Friday, December 17th, 2021. DailyMail.com can also reveal Pierce and Ashbeck were among a group who snuck into the warehouse party VIP section on November 13th, targeted Giles and Ozola, and acted obnoxious and crazed, according to the woman's friend who was there that night. The friend who asked not to be named said she saw 4 men and a woman arrive, talked their way into the VIP area at the event, and began hugging strangers as if they knew them. She said 2 of the men acted obnoxious, with Pierce taking off his shirt and flailing it around. Asbach seemed completely sober and had a professional camera and took a particular interest in Hilda, the friend said. The men managed to insinuate themselves into the conversation with her, and one even put a jacket on the interior designer, she said. Wow. I gotta wonder about the marriage that Christy Giles had with her husband. And when you look at him, he doesn't look like, he doesn't look like a guy that, is masculine, like a guy that that can't be pushed around, that's willing to stand up to his woman, even at the risk of losing her by standing on his square and being okay with it. They walked in acting very confident, and people are very easily fooled by confidence, said the friend. They were able to weasel themselves into the area. They must have been there for maybe about 30 minutes or so until somebody noticed they didn't have the right wristbands and kicked them out. But I had already left by that point. Their energy was off. Usually in the industry, people are very cool and chill, and they were respectful. But these men were obnoxious. They took their shirts off and started flailing around like they were on speed or something. There was a certain energy of craziness, she said. One of them had a camera and a DSLR, which he pulled out and started filming the event. He seemed very sober, so I assumed that he was an event photographer or a videographer, and then these were his friends. Now I think it was a ruse, maybe, perhaps a prop, even to do what they do. Ashbach described himself on his Facebook page as a director, DOP, director of photography, biohacker, and neuroathlete. The hell, man. They couldn't pick a better picture. This looks so wrong. Justice for Christy Giles and what does it say? Hilda Marcel. This does not look like a good picture. Why would you have this picture to say justice for 2 murder victims and you put them in this bad? Man, listen, this is so thottish. So thottish. But my thing is like, why would you agree to go with these people? Why? On Instagram, he describes himself as a cinematographer and a voiceover artist. Yeah, he's all these things, right? Dude sound like a con artist. He has set up companies including P7 Media Group and Adrenaline Media Group, LLC. He has been credited as a camera operator for numerous TV shows, including Vanderpump Rules, Love and Hip Hop, New York, Total Knockout, and most recently 2021 Netflix series Pet Stars, according to IMDb. Osborne is a Staten Island native and actor who has been in minor roles on television, according to his IMDb page. He was credited as Kevin's best man in 2014 episode of Showtime comedy drama Nurse Jackie. He was reportedly on the set of NCIS Los Angeles at the time of his arrest. Pierce is also believed to be an actor and a producer and has been pictured posing with stars at the red carpet events over the years. He was photographed alongside adult film star Ron Jeremy, who last year was charged with over 30 counts of sexual assault at the premiere of the porn star's film One-Eyed Monster in 2009. Giles' husband, Jan Childers, told DailyMail.com that he, his wife's family, and Arzola's family would like anyone with any more information about them to come forward and talk to LAPD as soon as possible. I don't get it, man. It's just like, why weren't you there? Why weren't you there? The bereaved husband, 41, said he was relieved that the men he believed killed his wife have been arrested, but is anxious to see the district attorney prosecute the case. Text from Giles' phone showed the mystery around the death of the two women may come down to just 6 fateful minutes around 5 a.m. on November 13th. Sillers said CCTV from the party shows Giles and Arzola leaving with the men in early hours. Why would you leave with men that you don't know? That's not your husband. Why would you leave with them? By 5:30 a.m., Giles' phone location data placed her at Pierce's upstairs duplex apartment on West Olympic Boulevard near Beverly Hills. When she texts Arzola, "Let's go," with a wide-eyed emoji, apparently showing discomfort, Hilda replied, "Yes, I'll call an Uber 10 minutes away." At 5:36 a.m., a friend called Eddie, who was at the official after party the girls had planned to go to, text Christy, "Where are you at?" Read receipts show Christy never read the text, nor any others after that, and Uber records show the women never got into their cab. Damn. I'm in the kitchen. Let's do a line. Let's go. Yes, I'll call an Uber 10 minutes away. Line of what? Drugs? That's the only thing that could possibly mean. That's all it could mean. Sillers believes that in those 6 minutes, something happened to his wife and her friend that left them incapacitated. The men were interviewed by police just hours after Giles' death and allegedly admitted to cops they took the girls home from the warehouse party, claimed the women took drugs and overdose, that they immediately took them to the ER. But it wasn't until 12 hours after Giles stopped responding to her texts at around 5 p.m. on Saturday the 13th that CCTV at Southern California Hospital in Culver City showed men in masks and hats pulling up in a black Toyota Prius with no license plate and dumping Christie's body. And another 2 hours before, Helder was left at the nearby Kaiser Permanente Hospital in West LA. Arzola's family said her toxicology report found heroin in her system. A toxicology report for Giles has not yet been released. I don't know, man. It's just like, damn it. I would be going to the party too, man. I don't get that, bro. If I'm her husband, why didn't you go to the party? And why was she okay going to the party by herself? And let alone that, you leaving the party with a bunch of strangers. She has a part to play in this, man. Family of both women say they were dead against heroin and believe it was forced on them at Pierce's apartment. When approached by DailyMail.com last month outside the West Olympic apartment, Osborne declined to comment, claiming he had been a victim of slander. Pierce did not respond to requests for comment. Neighbors told Daily Mail earlier this month that the men appeared to be moving out of their upstairs duplex when they spotted them loading a moving truck. Yeah, they're trying to get out of here, man. They know what's up. They know what they did. They know what they freaking did. All right? That's what they know they did. But it gets worse. It gets worse. Let's get into it. Oh, yeah. Suspect in deaths of LA model and architect charged with sexual assaulting 4 others. Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascon announced the charges against David Pierce on Friday. Yeah, man. David Pierce, one of the 3 men arrested in connection to the deaths of Instagram model Christy Giles and architectural project manager Hilda Marcela Garbales Alzona, has been charged with sexually assaulting 4 women between 2010 and 2020. Pierce, 39, was charged Friday with 2 counts of forcible rape and 1 count each of for rape and of unconscious or asleep person and sexual penetration by a foreign object. Pierce was arrested earlier in the week on suspicion of manslaughter in relation to the deaths of Giles and Cabrales Arzola and is being held on $1 million bail. According to the representative for the Los Angeles County District Attorney, George Gascon, Pierce has not yet been charged pending further investigation by his office. The family of these dead women should just sue for even thinking about having bail. No bail. Why do you post bail for murderers? Pierce was charged Friday, however, in connection with 4 other crimes. He stands accused of sexually assaulting a woman in 2010 and had allegedly raped a woman in February 2019 and 2 other women in separate incidents last year. District Attorney Gaston's office said in a statement obtained by The People Friday. My office takes violence against women very seriously. By aggressively prosecuting sexual assault cases, we make our community safer and protect others from becoming victims in the future, the news release read. This case is evolving and we continue to work with law enforcement in developing evidence of other possible crimes. The news release continued. If you have any information, please contact the Los Angeles Police Department immediately. Along with Pierce, Michael Aspect and Brant Osborne were arrested earlier this week in connection to suspicious deaths of Giles and Gabriela Arzola. They're being held on $100,000 bail, each on suspicion of being accessory to manslaughter. Freaking insane, man. It's currently unclear if any of the men have engaged legal representation to comment on their behalf. If you just had your husband with you, you would be still alive. If you just went to the party with your husband, you'd still be alive. If you didn't go to the party, you'd still be alive. Man. You wanted to be an actress, but any updates, I'll post it up here, right? Okay. Tell me what you think. Do you question why Christy Giles went to a party without her husband and she went to, left with these men? Do you all have a problem with that? Do you all want to ask that question? Does that question pop in your mind? I know it pops in my mind. Why would you go to the club without your husband? And why would you entertain 3 men there? You're married. Why would you do that? Do you think that she had a part to play in her demise? Let me know in the comments section. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later.